Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Crafty Concepts with Erin. I have the Wonderland collection here on my desk from close to my heart, and we are going to be creating a double page scrapbook layout today. All the papers are double-sided, and this is a winter-themed collection. As you can see, this is a beautiful rosemary background, and this one is really fun because it has wisteria. You know, traditionally I would think blues and whatnot for a winter themed paper pack, but the wisteria really puts a fun spin on things. This is the glacier color, and there's all these beautiful borders. This one is glacier with little different colored dots. It almost reminds me of snowfall. And then these cute little winter beanie hats. There is, of course, a coordinating 12 by 12 sticker sheet that goes along with this collection, and you can see there's fun little word stickers, title options, little winter themed icons, and snowflakes. Let me show you in the catalog really quick. There's also the workshop option. So the workshop, you do get exclusive die cut pieces, and you get the everything you need to make 3 different double page layouts. So it's really packed full of all sorts of goodness. This paper here with the wisteria and the little swirlies, and this one with the stripes on it are bonus papers in the workshop. And then you also have all of these die cuts that you just pop out, and they're ready to embellish the different layouts. You can, of course, follow along and do exactly as they have shown, or you can switch it up and do your own thing, which I often like to do. But look how easy those pop right out, and then you have these great embellishments. There is also coordinating cardstock. This is the cardstock that comes with the workshop. We have peach and glacier. This is desert rose, wisteria, and rosemary. These are super pretty too. They're very delicate, very intricate little snowflake pieces. And you, again, just like the die cuts, you just pop those right out of the carrier sheet. And then those fun little swoopy pieces as well. I'll go ahead and get this cleared up, and we'll get started on today's project. And one more thing, I almost forgot, there is enamel dots that coordinate with the Wonderland collection, and you can see there's different colors, and they come in different sizes as well. And these really fun, super cute felt shapes. So there's little beanies, winter mittens, snowflakes, and a couple trees on there. So I'll definitely be incorporating those onto today's project. So now we'll get this cleaned up and bring in our VersaMats. Oh, I wanted to show you guys really quick. This is the cutting guide that comes with the workshop. You can see it tells you exactly what to cut and the measurements of everything, and even where to place it to create these layouts. So it's great if you're just starting out for scrapbooking, or if you just like to create kits and it takes the guesswork out of it for you. I'm starting with 2 sheets of white daisy cardstock for my base, and I did already figure out my photo sizing ahead of time, so I went ahead and printed these out. That's a 4x6. These little guys are 3x4, and that's including the white mat. Another 4x6, and then that's a 4x4, and 2 more 3x4s. When I was figuring out my photo sizing, I played around with placement, and I'm pretty sure I want them in this orientation here. It may change a little bit. Now, this pattern paper, I cut that directly in half, so we have 2 6x12 pieces. I'm going to place this over on the right-hand side. I was kind of toying with the idea of a white margin, but for now I'll leave it the full 6x12. Let me set these out of the way for a second. Now, this piece is super cool. This is the rosemary cardstock, and it's a photo mat, and it already has that good times cut into the top of it there. And then I have a little bit of this wisteria pattern paper just to accent my photo and add a little bit more color. For the other side, I did cut this photo mat. It's 5.5 by 7, so it is slightly larger, and I'm overlapping that other pattern paper there. And then we'll orient these in a line on the right-hand side with the 4x4 in the middle. Now, just to add more color, I'm going to mat this one in the center with the desert rose cardstock, and it conveniently matches my beanie hat. How about that? Originally, I was thinking of putting those kind of side by side, but they don't quite fit. So we're going to stagger them on top of each other a little bit like that. And this little journaling block fits perfectly in this space here. Now I do have a new stamp. This is called the Classic Flourish stamp, and I have Desert Rose ink. And traditionally I would do this in blue because I would think kind of icy wind and like wind swirls with snowflakes. But I do want to add more color to this layout, and again, just kind of bring in that desert rose to just warm it up. So I'm holding my little swirl where I want it, and I'm going to move my pattern paper out of the way, and we'll stamp directly onto our background. Don't be afraid. If you mess it up and don't like it, you can flip that white daisy cardstock right over and start again on the other side. So it's just paper, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Now, I understand if it's one of the rare coveted pattern paper pieces, then that's kind of a different story. But when it comes to cardstock, the other side's identical. So just, if you mess up, flip it over. I'm repeating some of those same swirl elements on the left-hand side. This time I'm going to put them on the bottom to create that diagonal line to draw your eye across. And I am going to be adding some snowflakes to these to kind of ground them and attach them to the pictures. So I'm thinking about that title, but I'm not quite ready for that piece quite yet. So I have gone ahead and pulled out a lot of the embellishments I'm going to create on this page. And so I'm just going to kind of temporarily place those to see, what I have to work with. I don't know if I mentioned it or not already. I am using the workshop, but this is not one of the pre-designed layouts. I am using the pieces from those layouts and creating something new to give you even more ideas on how you can use the Wonderland collection. And if you notice those two glacier pattern papers on the left and the right, I did trim those down just ever so slightly to have a white margin around the top, bottom, and side. As I'm dry fitting these snowflakes, you'll notice I am spreading out the different types of snowflakes and color of snowflakes into each color for continuity and consistency. We don't want to have all the wisteria ones together and all the glacier ones together. We want to spread them out. So you'll notice it goes down, and up again, and that just helps lead your eye across the double page layout. We took these photos. We were at our local ski resort, and it was just kind of a family trip, and my husband and I took the boys, and we just had a really fun day. It was only their second time on the slopes, and it was really fun to watch them progress in their skills. I am going to bring in a little bit more stamping. I have Desert Rose again, and you can see there's these little like starburst or snow flurries, if you will, on the Classic Flourish stamp set. And I thought those would be fun to add even a little bit more interest and color around the large swirls. So I'm just going to kind of place them randomly about. I think that looks nice. And we'll go and repeat that up here in the top right-hand corner. Maybe one right there. And I'm thinking one more. Let's try right there. I'm having so much fun stamping. Let's go ahead and add some up here by the title. We'll do one there and one on the other side of the word snow. The first little cluster I was using had like 3 or 4 starburst or snow flurries on there. And then this is a smaller one that just has like 1 with a couple dots. And so I thought that would be fun to add too. And I'm just having fun, just kind of stamping around these swirls and around the snowflakes and adding lots of color and interest to the background here. Maybe one more there. And you could easily get carried away with that. So here is a word sticker here from the coordinating sticker sheet that says, "Remember this." And I want to add more of that color to the opposite side. We don't really have any on the left. So this is one of the zip strips, which is the branding strip. I'm going to cut that off at an angle and just edge the photo here just to give it some color and draw that same desert rose all the way over to the opposite side. So we'll get a little tape runner on the back and line that up with the top of the photo there. And I still have those super cute felt shapes that I want to add. So I thought this little beanie here would be the perfect finishing touch to finish off the corner of that photo and kind of just tie all of those pieces in together. I looked through the sticker sheet to see what else I could find, and there was a little heart and this little square that says love this, and I thought that was a perfect little finishing touch up top there. And then of course we have our enamel dots. Now when I was looking at this layout, after I was done filming, a couple days later, I felt like it needed a little something, so I did add one tiny finishing touch, and I think I do like it. I think it made a big difference, so you guys will have to stay through to the very end, and I'll show you what I did just to kind of finish everything off. Do you guys ever do that? Do you finish a layout and then come back to it later and you're like, yeah, something's missing. It just needs something. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. If you're not happy with the layout, just walk away. Come back later or in the morning with fresh eyes, and usually you're like, oh, I really like it after all. So I ended up taking this soft blending brush and adding some papaya ink, and just in these two areas, I went behind the snowflake. I actually went right over the snowflake because those were already glued down, and then up there, and it just created this soft little glow and added even more color, and I just really like it. I think it was the last little finishing touch it needed. All the products I used in today's video will, of course, be listed in the description box below. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and spending time with me. Here's a few more videos I think you might enjoy, and I'll catch you next time.